the 21st December 2020, many people across the world inspired by the powerful vibration of the day sat for meditation. Meditation means movement of I-ness to easiness, movement of the mind to soul. It is a journey from scatteredness to convergence. Convergence is everything. Convergence of consciousness is everything. People across the world, when asked for who are you, or when they question themselves, who am I, different types of answers come. They identify with their professions, their nations, their color, their age, their social status, their marital status, so on and so forth. The answers are diverse and different for each person. The time has come to each one of us to shift from questioning who am I to what am I? What am I? I am pure consciousness. You are pure consciousness. The consciousness which is contaminated, disturbed, dissipated, disseminated, scattered is called as mind. The consciousness which is fragmented is called as mind. The purpose of the physical existence, purpose of staying in this physical body, on this physical plane, is to understand the nature of unfragmented consciousness, which is otherwise called as meditation. The journey of this understanding can be called as spirituality. The movement of I-ness to easiness, fragmentation to convergence. The scattered nature of the soul, which is otherwise called as mind, need to be transformed into converged consciousness, distilled consciousness. The physical body has a center. The physical body is governed by energy body, the prana body. This energy body is again governed by the consciousness, and there is a center of consciousness. Movement from this periphery to this nucleus or center can be called as the path of meditation. Internalization of consciousness is otherwise called as the path of meditation. Mind is something which is externalized, centrifugalized, exteriorized. Spiritual journey is stopping all this exteriorization, stopping all this centrifugalization, stopping all this externalization, so that the senses move within, so that we stay inside. So that the mind becomes slow. This slowness has to turn into stillness. And when the mind becomes still, it finds its center. Moving from periphery to the center is called as the path of meditation. We need to be on the path of meditation. Not for a day in a week, not for a day in the year. It has to be 24/7, moment to moment. The consciousness has to be centripetalized. The consciousness has to take a radial path. There is no linear path within. There is only a radial path. Movement from periphery to center. That's the only path of soul. Let us start meditation. Sit straight. Keep your head, neck, spine, bottom, one straight line. Keep your hands like this. Keep it in your lap. The two thumbs are approximated, just touching with each other. The circle between the thumbs and the four fingers, the hands like this. This is called as the cosmic mudra or Brahma mudra. It exactly lies just below the umbilicus, the place where you all stayed for 9 months before entering into the physical plane. Kindly close your eyes, please. Relax your body. Drop your shoulders. Relax the entire head, the forehead, eyes, ears, nose, cheeks, angle of the mouth, chin. Relax your chest, abdomen. Relax your arms, forearms, wrists and hands. Relax your thigh muscles, calf muscles and feet, toes, except spine. Spine has to be straight. The only muscles which are active are paraspinal muscles supporting the spine. Rest of the muscles are relaxed. Close your eyes, relax, and listen carefully. When we close our eyes, the world is stopped. There is only inner world. There is no outer world here. The inner world contains only two things: thoughts and feelings. For a person who has not experienced the soul consciousness, the consciousness is more centered in the head. The unawakened people are thinking beings. They think, think, think. For every solution they want, they think. They also think that by way of thinking more, solution comes and gets indulged in thinking, gets into the habit of excessive thinking, gets into the habit of pathological thinking, erratic thinking, finally addicted to thinking. Most of the humans are addicted to thinking. Unlike animals, unlike plants. Close your eyes, keep the body relaxed, keep your head, neck, spine straight. Keep your mind's eye just below the umbilicus. The place where your hands are. Keep your mind's eye just below the umbilicus. Internally, viscerally, into the belly flows the rivers of waters, says Jesus the Christ. Watch your breath. When you breathe in, when you inhale, abdomen has to rise. Softly, gently, without jerks. When you exhale, the abdomen goes within. When you inhale, abdomen rises slowly, gently. When you exhale, slowly, gently, abdomen goes within. That means you are breathing through your belly. Gut is called as the second brain. This is the center of your consciousness. When you are more centered within, you find yourself here. When you inhale, abdomen raises. When you exhale, abdomen goes with him. The way a child breathes, every child breathes through his belly. His abdomen moves. Just visualize a child, how he breathes. Abdomen moves. Breathe like an animal. Breathe like a yogi. Lungs are not located in the abdomen. But when you align breath with the abdomen, consciousness gets centered. All the chest breathers are anxious, agitated, depressed. They don't know mental slowness. They don't know mental stillness. They're anxious for everything. Keep your mind's eye in the lower belly. Internally, viscerally, nose and navel in one straight line. Watch the gaps between inhalation and exhalation. Exhalation and inhalation as well. Second half of the exhalation is where, in fact, exhalation is more important than inhalation. When you exhale, you let go of your mind. When you exhale, you let go of your mind patterns. Exhale all your judgments, opinions, conclusions you have drawn, perceptions you have made. Empty the mind into the belly. This center of consciousness In Sanskrit is called as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranya means gold. The other meaning of the word Hiranya means wisdom. Garbha means center. The center of wisdom. The golden center of wisdom. The golden womb. Golden womb is the real teacher. Golden womb is the only teacher, says. Make your belly your best friend, says Osho. What is there in the belly? The physical belly. Japanese call it as hara. The head and the heart get united at hara, the center of your being. The thoughts and emotions merge here. All the mindfulness, all heartfulness, separately or incomplete. The mind and the heart should become one. It is not movement from mind to heart. It is merging of mind and heart. Merging of thoughts and feelings. Merging of intuition, intellect. Merging of the masculine and feminine. Masculine consciousness and feminine consciousness, separately or incomplete. Holistic consciousness, integrated consciousness, expanded consciousness, evolution of consciousness, by way of merging of these two, the masculine and feminine, that happens at hara. The center of your health, the center of your harmony, center of your intuition, center of your homeostasis, center of your longevity, the center of your sexuality, center of your homeostasis, the center of your immunity, the God within, the source within. Awaken the God within. Awaken the center of consciousness within. It happens when you drop your mind, when you drop your heart. Sink into this place. Sink into this center of consciousness, otherwise called as the hara. When you inhale, abdomen should rise. When you exhale, abdomen should go within. Exhalation is more important than inhalation. The point where exhalation ends is the most precious moment of entire cycle of breath. The terminal point of exhalation is the nirvana, the samadhi, the moksha, the liberation, the kaivalya, enlightenment, the awakening, the Buddhahood, the Christ consciousness. To observe this one particular moment, the entire cycle of breath has to be observed. The mind's eye has to be on your hara, the center of your being. Viscerally, internally. Let the exhalation sink slowly into your center. Let exhalation slowly sink into your center. All the beings, all the masters of the world, all the angels and fairies of the world can get connect to us when we are at our center. Never otherwise. It is not possible for them to connect with you. When you are at your center, the God consciousness seeps into you. You become the center of the universe. Each one of us is the center of the universe. The universe is so vast, so large. Every person is the center of the universe, provided they discover, experience the center of one's being. This discovery is the greatest discovery of the world. Everyone has to discover the center of one's being. To understand this center, we must master only one thing, that is the art and science of letting go. We must be able to let go of our mind, let go of our emotions. Let go of everything that is written on these waves of consciousness. We are consciousness units. Drop your shoulders, relax your body, keep your spine straight. Watch the breath. By this time, you must have noticed the slowness in breath, the smoothness in breath, the breath has to move like the flow of oil, smooth, steady, no friction, no jerks, no gaps, and no pauses. It is smooth and smooth. Continuum of energy. You are breathing not the air now, but energy. You are watching the flow of energy in the form of breath so that it moves onto consciousness and its center. The nose and the navel need to be on one straight line. Meditation for beginners must be the sitting position with closed eyes. As you move ahead, as you progress, every moment has to be converted into a meditative moment. For the wise man, for the warrior, for the master, for the expert, brushing of the teeth is as important as waging a war in a battlefield. Both are same for him. How much centered he is while brushing teeth is equally important as how much centered he is in the battlefield. It is a question of centeredness, which alone is important for the wise in any given moment. Any act can be turned into meditation. While listening, listen with ease, like a child. No conflict inside. Inner ease has to be practiced and mastered. Commitment has to be practiced and mastered. Self honesty has to be practiced and mastered. Honesty. To be honest to oneself is of utmost importance. When we are all born, the breath was abdominal in nature. Slowly, when we are becoming adults, the patterns changed. It has become thoracic. Abdominal breathing has been changed to chest breathing. The adult's breathing, erratic breathing. Anomalous breathing, incorrect breathing. We need to find the way to breathe back like a child. Down has to move. When the breath and belly are connected, you discover the center of your being. Every human being needs to discover. A few minutes per day makes a massive difference. Few times a day makes a massive difference. Need not sit for hours and hours. Few minutes, few times, even 5 minutes, 5 times a day. Not long sitting for 3, 4, 5 hours. Every time we spend time to go within, we become slow. The habit of becoming slow starts. The habit of becoming still takes over with repeated sittings each day of your life. Close your eyes, nose and navel in one straight line. Mind side on your belly. Internally, breathe slowly, smoothly, no jerks, no gaps. The breath has to move like oil, not like water. The water flow is turbulent. There is a friction, there is a conflict. The breath has to move like oil. No conflict, no turbulence, smooth. The meditative consciousness takes over. When you become meditative, you become focused. You become grounded. You become centered. You are rooted in your consciousness. Getting rooted in consciousness instead of thoughts, instead of feelings, is called as meditation. Getting rooted in consciousness. Movement from prana to prajna has to happen. Prana means energy, prajna means consciousness. When you are in energy body, you get a lot of experiences. Maybe third eye experiences, maybe out of body experiences, maybe the experience of your chakras, the meridians of your energy. But you move to prajna, the consciousness, the experiences cease, become still. Experiential understanding of all this phenomena has to happen. No conceptual understanding, please. No intellectual understanding. Understanding happens only through experience. Experience is the only way of understanding. Understanding this phenomena of mind and its movement towards stillness, a still mind. Stillness is equal to centered consciousness. It has to happen with ease, inner ease. Meditation cannot be seen or undertaken as morning walk, like going to gym, like making asanas. No. The mind which is made still is not a still mind. The mind which is made still through efforts, through practice, is not still mind. The stillness of the mind which you have experienced as a child is what is required. The stillness of the child has to be rediscovered. It is there inside the memory planes of each one of us without a single exception. It has to be discovered in the alleys of this consciousness. In the deeper alleys of our own consciousness, it has to be discovered. It cannot be found anywhere else. Just by way of making your breath connected to your belly, which doesn't need any concentration, which doesn't need any type of effort, you can understand the beauty of internalizing one's consciousness. This is what Gautama Buddha experienced. This is what Jesus Christ experienced. This is what Mahavir Jain experienced. This is what Socrates experienced. This is what all the magnificent beings of the world have experienced. Confucius, Lao Tzu, all these wonderful beings have experienced. Yourself, myself, everyone else need to experience the same. When you inhale, abdomen should rise. When you exhale, abdomen should go within. Relax your body. Nose and navel in one straight line. The God is not found outside. He is found in your very consciousness. Your consciousness is God. You are God because you are consciousness. You are consciousness but fragmented, identified with a name and status of the social reality, of this mundane reality, of this three-dimensional reality. Deep down, each one of us is a magnificent being. Each one of us is a God. Each one of us is the center of the universe. Each one of us has all the potential of discovering this godly consciousness, the divinity within. Just by way of going within, just by way of one's consciousness, just by way of withdrawing the senses within, allowing this convergence of consciousness to happen. When you allow the consciousness to get converged, you find your center. You find the center of your being. When you find it, stay there. Stay connected forever. Gautama, the Buddha, uses the word called stapana, which means finding the consciousness, keeping your mind's eye at your center. That is what is called stapana, which leads to parishuddhi, which means purification of consciousness. The consciousness which is contaminated is called as mind. The consciousness which is peripheralized is called as mind. The consciousness which has come out of its center is called as mind. Sitting for a few minutes, at least 5 minutes for 5 times a day, makes a huge difference in the frequency of the world. When you move within, not only you transform, the world transforms. How? You are the world. World is part of you. You are part of the world. The matrix gets changed with the reconfigured consciousness of yourself. When several such people find their center and reconfigure their consciousness, the entire matrix of this energy and consciousness governing the minds and the global minds will be reconfigured, will be changed to a massive level. When this change is massive, it can be called as the global spiritual awakening. Each one of us has to find the convergence of consciousness within. Each one of us should understand the value of knowing without thinking. We have been addicted to know by way of thinking more and more. When we stop thinking, knowing happens by itself. This is called as the wisdom. Knowing without thinking, and this happens when you are rooted in your consciousness. When you inhale, let abdomen rise. When you exhale, the abdomen goes within. Nose and navel in one straight line. Slowly open your eyes. Only half of the eyes, not totally. With your half opened eyes, keep your mind's eye at on the center of your being. The mind's eye is still at the center of your being. Let the eyes be only half open, half closed. The mind's eye is still rooted in the consciousness. During all our regular activities of life, during all our routine schedules of life, all the activities which are regular and not regular should be done from this centralized consciousness, from the perspective of rooted consciousness. All the non-meditative time, the so-called non-meditative time, should also be exploited by way of keeping the consciousness more converged and rooted. Every given moment, he who has mastered this convergence of consciousness is called as a warrior, a samurai, a Buddha, the Christ. Meditation is very, very important. As we understood, meditation is movement of I-ness to easiness. The collective meditation is even more important. Collective meditation to the scale of 100 million people is very, very powerful. Totally open your eyes. Let the consciousness be rooted. The consciousness is grounded. Thank you very much. Let us get into the meditation path forever. Let us be into this path forever. Let us experience the rootedness of consciousness within. Experientially